rolling down the tinted windows on the coastal highway drive, feeling incredibly grateful simply to be breathing and alive. The July sunshine is melting all my heavy accumulated guilt, dismantling the tall defensive walls that I previously built, forgiving the past lovers who completely broke my fragile trust, leaving all the bitter resentment permanently in the roadside dust.
August heat is sweating out the incredibly toxic negative thought, realizing the phenomenally valuable lessons that my failures taught, watching the seagulls die spectacularly into the sparkling bay, knowing that my monumental mistakes are finally washed away.
Ice cubes are melting rapidly inside my tall, refreshing glass, watching the incredibly beautiful, optimistic scenery roll past. Solstice brings the heat, making life complete. Winter is erased, bitterness replaced. Summer redemption, clearing the slate under the blazing blue sky, refusing to spend another moment wondering exactly how or why, basking in the incredibly warm, phenomenally healing solar ray, letting the gentle coastal breeze completely blow the pain away. This Pacific season offers a spectacular, unmerited second chance, inviting my deeply scarred soul to a wonderfully joyful new dance.
Yo, parking the convertible directly up on the soft white sand, walking confidently forward without needing to hold a hand. The thermometer is rising, but my temper is completely cool, graduating successfully from the incredibly harsh societal school.
Sunflowers are turning their yellow faces toward the massive light. Everything that was previously wrong is finally feeling entirely right.
Applying the Susan aloe vera onto my previously burned skin, ready to let the next incredibly beautiful chapter finally begin. Taking a phenomenally deep, remarkably cleansing lung full of air, removing the incredibly heavy, unnecessary burdens I used to bear, laughing loudly at the incredibly silly things I used to deeply fear, recognizing that my emotional vision is now spectacularly clear. Solstice brings the heat, making life complete. Winter is erased, bitterness replaced. Summer redemption, clearing the slate under the blazing blue sky, refusing to spend another moment wondering exactly how or why, basking in the incredibly warm, phenomenally healing solar ray, letting the gentle coastal breeze completely blow the pain away. This Pacific season offers a spectacular, unmerited second chance, inviting my deeply scarred soul to a wonderfully joyful new dance. Seasons consistently changing, so do our incredibly complex minds, leaving the freezing, isolating, and punishing darkness far behind. Let the glorious equinox reset your entirely damaged, weary heart, granting you a spectacularly beautiful, remarkably fresh new start. Soak it in, feel the sun. Pain is over, life's begun. Summer redemption, clearing the slate under the blazing blue sky, refusing to spend another moment wondering exactly how or why, basking in the incredibly warm, phenomenally healing solar ray,
God soul to a wonderfully joyful new dance. Sunset slow, here and done, smiling brightly, having fun. Dusting off the incredibly fragile classic turntable needle, teaching the youngest toddlers how to solve the cultural riddle. Searching through the attic for my grandmother's recipe book, giving the neglected traditions a highly necessary second look. Singing the forgotten lullabies to the sleeping innocent child, remembering when the neighborhood was phenomenally wild.
Polishing the brass buttons on my grandfather's tailored coat, memorizing every single beautiful, historically significant note. Gathering the curious youth underneath the giant banyan tree, explaining exactly how our oppressed people finally became free. The foundational rhythms are completely ingrained in my DNA, ensuring these magnificent customs will absolutely never decay. Elders speak the truth, guiding up the youth. History returns while the fire burns. Hey. Roots revival, bringing the magnificent foundation back to life, cutting through the modern ignorance with a sharp cultural knife, honoring the incredibly brave, resilient, and creative pioneers, erasing the generational gaps in the heavily accumulated tears, planting the original seeds directly into the highly fertile soil, reaping the phenomenal benefits of our ancestors. Heavy toil, Playing the acoustic guitar with the highly traditional, listening to the incredibly powerful message of the talking drum, reconnecting the heavily severed, completely broken family ties, exposing the highly sophisticated, incredibly destructive lies. Language and dialect preserved meticulously through the oral tale, ensuring our magnificent ancestral heritage will never ever fail. Wearing the deeply symbolic, incredibly vibrant woven garment, refusing to be subjected to any further historical bombardment. Cooking the traditional stews in the heavy cast iron cooking pot, appreciating the phenomenally rich culture that we already got. Dancing the original steps upon the heavily scuffed wooden floor, opening the previously locked, incredibly vital educational door. Elders speak the truth, guiding up the youth, of the youth. History returns, while the fire burns. Roots revival, bringing the magnificent foundation back to life, cutting through the modern ignorance with a sharp cultural knife, honoring the incredibly brave, resilient, and
completely wash away the digital cold. Embracing the phenomenally beautiful stories of the brave and old. Stand your ground. Know your past. Build it strong. Make it last. Roots revival, bringing the magnificent foundation back to life. Cutting through the modern ignorance with the sharp cultural knife. Honoring the incredibly brave, resilient and creative pioneers. Erasing the generational gaps in the heavily accumulated tears. Planting the original seeds directly into the highly fertile soil, reaping the phenomenal benefits of our ancestors. Heavy toil, spin the record, play it loud, make the ancestors incredibly proud. Descending rapidly into the pitch black, freezing aquatic void, where the conventional sense of direction is totally destroyed. Switching on the powerful waterproof halogen flashlight, piercing the incredibly dense oppressive underwater night. Floating silently past the jagged, terrifying limestone cave, riding the terrifying undercurrent of the deepest wave.
Nocturnal predators emerging from the hidden rocky lair, sensing a foreign presence in the heavily pressurized air. Giant moray eels exposing their incredibly sharp, crooked teeth, guarding the undiscovered mysteries buried underneath. Checking the oxygen gauge, strapped tightly to my rubber wrist, swimming cautiously through the murky
biological mist. Water turning cold, bravest of the bold. Sonar echoes bounce, waiting for the pounce. Midnight reef, hiding secrets in the terrifying dark abyss. Experiencing a highly dangerous adrenaline-fueled bliss. Navigating the treacherous drop-off without a protective cage. Witnessing the ocean displaying its magnificent silent rage. Surrounded by the glowing bioluminescent plankton swarm, surviving the unseen, incredibly massive underwater storm.
Barracuda circling rapidly within the narrow peripheral view, displaying a remarkably intimidating silver hue, communicating effectively using highly specific hand signals, observing the beautifully strange alien-like
sea individuals. The rhythmic sound of my own breathing dominates my ear, conquering the deeply embedded instinctual human fear. Hovering weightlessly above the incredibly deep plunging trench, overcoming the incredibly strong, paralyzing, fearful clench. Jellyfish posing gracefully with the highly toxic neon glow, drifting wherever the powerful, unpredictable currents flow. The surface is an unimaginable, incredibly distant memory, lost completely inside this terrifying aquatic sensory. Water turning cold, bravest of the bold. Sonar echoes bounce, waiting for the pounce. Midnight reef, hiding secrets in the terrifying dark abyss. Experiencing a highly dangerous adrenaline-fueled bliss. Navigating the treacherous drop-off without a protective cage. Witnessing the ocean displaying its magnificence. silent rage. Surrounded by the glowing bioluminescent plankton swarm, surviving the unseen, incredibly massive underwater storm. Invading this nocturnal, hostile space. Respect the terrifying sovereignty of the deep blue unknown, where the predatory rulers sit upon their coral throne. Sink down deep, lights go out. In the dark, without a doubt. Midnight read, hiding secrets in the terrifying dark abyss. Experiencing a highly dangerous adrenaline-fueled bliss. Navigating the treacherous drop-off without a protective cage. Witnessing the ocean displaying its magnificent silent rage. Surrounded by the glowing bioluminescent plankton swarm, surviving the unseen, incredibly massive underwater storm. Swim to the top, pressure drops, midnight dive, never stops. Standing boldly upon the jagged towering ocean cliff, inhaling the phenomenally fresh, intensely salty sniff. Watching the incoming swell erase the captor's footprint, seeing the sunlight reflect with the beautifully golden glint, throwing the rusted padlock directly into the deep abyss, blowing my incredibly painful history a final parting kiss. Constructing a sturdy raft from the scattered washed driftwood, leaving the incredibly toxic, highly oppressive neighborhood, hoisting a remarkably colorful, entirely patchwork sail, trusting that this brand new courageous journey will not fail. Untying the incredibly thick, restricted mooring rope, sailing bravely toward an incredibly vast, limitless hope. Breezes blow so strong, righting every wrong, compass pointing true, skies crystal blue, tidal freedom washing every single bit of agony away, embracing the incredibly bright, phenomenally brand new day, navigating successfully without needing a restrictive map, escaping entirely from the incredibly cruel societal trap, letting the magnificent ocean current carry us incredibly far, guided exclusively by the incredibly bright northern star. Albatrosses are flying majestically above our wooden mast, leaving the incredibly painful, heavily burdensome past, drinking the pure, freshly collected, highly restorative rain, washing away the incredibly deep, historically inflicted stain, sailing completely off the edge of the known charted world, watching the magnificent flags of liberty totally having absolutely nothing but my own undeniable guarantee. Yeah. Whales are breaching spectacularly right beside the wooden hull, experiencing an incredibly peaceful, beautifully quiet love. The ocean does not recognize any incredibly arrogant king, listening to the remarkably beautiful song the waters sing. Breezes blow so strong, righting every wrong, compass pointing true, sky is crystal blue. Tidal freedom washing every single bit of agony away, embracing the incredibly bright, phenomenally brand new day. Navigating successfully without needing a restrictive map, escaping entirely from the incredibly cruel societal trap, letting the magnificent ocean current carry us incredibly far, guided exclusively by the incredibly bright northern star. No empire can possibly conquer the incredibly vast open sea. This immense liquid sanctuary belongs entirely to you and me. We are unanchored, completely emancipated, and boldly alive, proving that the incredibly resilient human spirit will survive. Sail away, catch the wind, leave the shore, leave the shore, let it begin. Tidal freedom washing every single bit of agony away, embracing the incredibly bright, phenomenally brand new day. Navigating successfully without needing a restrictive map, escaping entirely from the incredibly cruel societal trap, letting the magnificent ocean current carry us incredibly far, guided exclusively by the incredibly bright northern star. Current pulls, horizon clears, ocean salt dries the tears. Walking barefoot toward the waterline, wearing a linen robe, seeking profound forgiveness across the entire terrestrial globe. The congregation gathering slowly underneath the breaking dawn, watching the darkest, most terrifying shadows be withdrawn, confessing my heavily burdened transgressions to the rising tide, having absolutely zero terrible secrets remaining left to hide.
The elderly preacher raising his hands toward the morning sky, wiping a deeply emotional, miraculous tear from his right eye, stepping courageously into the shockingly cold, cleansing foam, finally discovering my ultimate, deeply spiritual, eternal home, immersing my entire body beneath the highly restorative wave, leaving my destructive habits inside a metal
grave. Hallelujah ring, hear the choir sing. Wade into the deep, promises we keep. Soulful shore where the Holy Spirit meets the grainy sand, guided mercifully by a remarkably powerful invisible hand, washing the accumulated stains completely from my weary soul, making my fragmented, deeply broken existence utterly whole. Baptized beautifully within the magnificent, endless blue, emerging from the water, phenomenally purified and brand new.
Tambourines rattling joyfully among the celebrating crowd, testifying my incredible redemptive journey, exceptionally loud.
The salty water mixing perfectly with my overwhelming tears, eradicating decades of incredibly heavy, paralyzing fears,
Prizing the ultimate creator for this
magnificent second chance, engaging in a wildly passionate, highly spiritual, holy dance.
Sopranos hitting the unbelievably high, magnificent notes. Grace is overflowing beautifully from our liberated throats. The rising sun casting a highly radiant golden divine beam, realizing the salvation is absolutely not a temporary dream, leaving incredibly heavy baggage permanently on the beach. Heaven is finally resting comfortably within my physical reach. Hallelujah ring, hear the choir sing. Wade into the deep, promises we keep. Soulful shore where the Holy Spirit meets the grainy sand, guided mercifully by a remarkably powerful invisible hand, washing the accumulated stains completely from my weary soul, making my fragmented, deeply broken existence utterly whole. Baptized beautifully within the magnificent, endless blue, emerging from the water, phenomenally purified and brand new. Yeah. The ocean serves as a miraculously vast baptismal font, providing every single spiritual necessity
we could ever want.
Step out of the darkness and walk
Directly into the holy light,
ending the agonizing
incredibly long and spiritually dark night. Wash it away, cleanse the mind. Oh yeah, leave the sin far behind. Soulful shore where the Holy Spirit meets the grainy sand, guided mercifully by a remarkably powerful invisible hand. Oh, washing the accumulated stains completely from my weary soul, making my fragmented, deeply broken existence utterly whole. Baptized beautifully within the magnificent, endless blue, emerging from the water, phenomenally purified and brand new. Amen. Amen. Walk out clean. Whoa, whoa. Most beautiful dawn ever seen. Walking barefoot toward the waterline, wearing a linen robe, seeking profound forgiveness across the entire terrestrial globe. congregation gathering slowly underneath the breaking dawn, watching the darkest, most terrifying shadows be withdrawn, confessing my heavily burdened transgressions to the rising tide, having absolutely zero terrible secrets remaining left to hide. The elderly preacher raising his hands toward the morning sky, wiping a deeply emotional, miraculous tear from his right eye, stepping courageously into the shockingly cold, cleansing foam, finally discovering my ultimate, deeply spiritual, eternal home, immersing my entire body beneath the highly restorative wave. Sitting cross-legged upon the fallen mossy timber log, surrounded completely by the thick descending evening fog, singing softly without needing an amplified microphone, revealing a beautifully raw and deeply vulnerable tone. Sparks are drifting lazily toward the starry canopy, experiencing a moment of pure, unplugged humanity.
Tuning the wooden pegs until the pitch is crystal clear, creating a remarkably safe comfort sphere. No tangled cables or electronic pedals on the ground,
relying entirely upon this organic, stripped down sound.
Fingertips developing calluses from the heavy steel string,
remembering the exact reason why we initially chose to sing. Wood begins to ash, no superficial flash, voices harmonize underneath the skies. Oh, acoustic flame burning warmly in the center of the ring, appreciating the simple joy that these melodies can bring. Stripped of the heavy production in the studio disguise, staring deeply into your illuminated, mesmerizing eyes. Let the unamplified vibration resonate inside the chest, finding our ultimate sanctuary and a peaceful place to rest.
passing the battered instrument to the incredibly talented friend, hoping this magnificent private concert will never end. Harmonicas whining sweetly in the minor bluesy key, unlocking a profound internal emotional degree.
Shadows are dancing playfully against the tall pine trees, feeling a refreshing, remarkably gentle midnight breeze.
Snapping our fingers perfectly onto the offbeat rhythm, shining our genuine talent through a transparent prism, clapping our hands to provide the necessary percussion, engaging in a beautiful, highly musical discussion. The campfire provides the only illumination that we need, planting a remarkably beautiful collaborative seed. Wood begins to ash, no superficial flash, voices harmonize underneath the skies. Acoustic flame burning warmly in the center of the ring, appreciating the simple joy that these melodies can bring. Stripped of the heavy production in the studio disguise, staring deeply into your illuminated, mesmerizing eyes. Let the unamplified vibration resonate inside the chest, finding our ultimate sanctuary and a peaceful place to rest. Electricity is completely unnecessary when the soul is bright,
We are capturing the pure essence of this starry night. Let the organic frequencies heal the complicated mind, leaving the highly manufactured artificial world behind. Strum the chord, hum the tune, sing it loud. Strum the chord, hum the tune, sing it loud. The flame burning warmly in the center of the ring, appreciating the simple joy that these melodies can bring. Stripped of the heavy production and the studio disguise, staring deeply into your illuminated, mesmerizing eyes. Let the unamplified vibration resonate inside the chest, finding our ultimate sanctuary and a peaceful place to rest. Fire dies down, embers fade, beautiful music we have made. Blistering rays, cooking the barren, cracked earth, questioning the ultimate value of this arid birth. Wandering blindly through the suffocating dusty haze, trapped forever inside an endless fiery maze. Mirages shimmering falsely upon the baked terrain, praying desperately for a single drop of cooling rain. Vultures circling high above the sweltering heat, dragging my exhausted, deeply blistered feet. Canteens drained, completely empty since yesterday, watching our fragile civilization quickly decay. Solar flares erupting violently in the stratosphere, facing an overwhelming, paralyzing existential fear. Temperature climbs higher, sky is made of fire, shadows disappear, apocalypse is here. Boiling the marrow inside my bones, leaving me completely isolated and entirely alone. Scorching the atmosphere until it bleeds a bloody red, walking silently among the valleys of the walking dead. Surviving the inferno requires an ironclad will, refusing to succumb while standing on this burning hill. Seeking refuge beneath a crumbling sandstone arch, continuing this incredibly brutal, punishing march. Skin peeling painfully from the ultraviolet exposure, lacking any semblance of emotional composure. Navigating by the alignment of the parched canyon, hoping to encounter a trustworthy, loyal companion. Drops stealing the moisture from my cracking lip, losing my previously formidable, tenacious grip. Tumbleweeds rolling aggressively across the flat land, burying our memories underneath the shifting sand. Sprinting fiercely against the blinding, toxic glare, breathing in the heavy smoke-filled, stagnant air. Temperature climbs higher, sky is made of fire, shadows disappear, apocalypse is here. Boiling the marrow inside my bones, leaving me completely isolated and entirely alone. Scorching the atmosphere until it bleeds a bloody red, walking silently among the valleys of the walking dead. Surviving the inferno requires an ironclad will, refusing to succumb while standing on this burning hill. far behind. We adapt to the magma and the volcanic rock, ignoring the ticking of the doomsday clock. Keep walking, ignore the thirst, push onward, expect the worst. Crimson sun boiling the marrow inside my bone, leaving me completely isolated and entirely alone. Oh, scorching the atmosphere until it bleeds a bloody red, walking silently among the valleys of the walking dead. Surviving the inferno requires an ironclad will, refusing to succumb while standing on this burning hill. Burning out, horizon bleeds, ashes scatter, planting seeds. Aligning the 7 chakras perfectly along the spinal cord, rejecting the superficial temptations of the material lord, opening the pineal gland to perceive the invisible realm, taking absolute conscious control of the metaphysical realm, breathing in the highly vibrating cosmic prana energy, unlocking the incredibly complex universal synergy.
Deciphering the cryptic hieroglyphs written on the ancient scroll, nourishing the eternally wandering, deeply inquisitive soul, levitating mentally above the chaotic earthly dimension, reaching a state of phenomenally pure, absolute ascension. Ego is completely dissolving into the vast infinite space, discovering the ultimate truth of the entire human race. Aura glowing bright, stepping into light, frequencies ascend where the dimensions blend. Mystic crown resting invisibly upon the enlightened head, understanding everything the wise ancestors previously said, ruling the internal kingdom with a beautifully calm supreme, waking up consciously inside this heavily illusionary dream. Sovereignty of the mind is the ultimate undeniable prize, seeing the absolute reality grew fully open. Third eyes, projecting the astral body far across the celestial sphere, completely eradicating any lingering subconscious fear, communicating telepathically with the ascended masters, averting the heavily predicted global spiritual disasters, drinking the incredibly sweet metaphorical lotus nectar, acting as the permanent psychological holy protector. Mantras are vibrating softly against the back of my throat, sailing securely upon this deeply philosophical mental boat. Geometry is unfolding flawlessly within the sacred flower, claiming my inherent, remarkably potent, divine power. The universe is reflecting perfectly inside my focus gaze, navigating successfully through this highly confusing maze. Aura glowing bright, stepping into light, frequencies ascend where the dimensions blend. Oh, mystic crown resting
said, ruling the internal kingdom with the beautifully calm supreme. Waking up consciously inside this heavily illusionary dream. Sovereignty of the mind is the ultimate undeniable prize. Seeing the absolute reality through fully open third eye. Jewels and diamonds. Jewels and diamonds cannot possibly decorate the intellect. We command an entirely different spiritual kind of respect. Let the consciousness expand indefinitely without any bounds. Listening closely to the magnificent, unearthly, silent sounds. Close your eyes, see the truth, ancient mind eternal youth, mystic ground, resting invisibly upon the enlightened head. Understanding everything the wise ancestors previously said, ruling the internal kingdom with a beautifully calm supreme. Waking up consciously inside this heavily illusionary dream. Sovereignty of the mind is the ultimate undeniable prize. Seeing the absolute reality to fully open third eye. Mind awakens, crown is worn, new awareness, beautifully born. Walking through the glowing avenues of holographic light, bypassing the facial recognition cameras of the night. Uploading conscious algorithms straight into the mainframe, refusing to participate within the simulated game. Billboards flashing heavily with artificial corporate smiles, downloading the ancient wisdom from the hidden encrypted files.
Plugging my connector directly into the underground grid, uncovering the ugly truths the politicians
Proudly hid,
typing out the revolutionary
code upon the keyboard, dismantling the power of the technological overlord. Optical fibers transmitting the heavily rebellious spark, illuminating the incredibly oppressive cybernetic dark. Pixels start to blend, signals that we send, matrix starts to crack. We are taking back neon Zion, blinking brightly in the virtual domain, breaking every single digital and algorithmic chain, finding pure spirituality inside the gigabyte, merging our organic souls with fluorescent synthetic light, constructing a paradise within the motherboard circuitry, achieving a monumental, unprecedented online liberty.
Drones are patrolling the heavily restricted upper airspace, but they cannot eradicate the human spirit from this place. Broadcasting a pirate radio signal through the firewall, watching the incredibly massive tech monopoly empire fall, decrypting the passwords to unlock the universal truth, inspiring the heavily marginalized.
Cyberpunk youth, avatars are marching proudly down the virtual boulevard, evading the incredibly strict robotic security guard. Metallic hearts are beating with the surprisingly warm pulse, rejecting the societal programming that feels deeply false, wiring our collective consciousness into a singular node, walking courageously down this newly illuminated road. Pixels start to blend, unprecedented online liberty.
The human soul, we are retaining our magnificent biological control. Let the servers overheat and let the monitors completely fry. Our organic destiny is written boldly across the real sky. Hack the core, cut the wire. Neon dreams catching fire. Neon's eye blinking brightly in the virtual domain. Oh, breaking every single digital and algorithmic chain. Finding pure spirituality inside the gigabyte virgin of organic souls. The fluorescent synthetic light, constructing a paradise within the motherboard circuitry. Achieving a monumental, unprecedented online liberty. System crash, reboot the mind. Neon fades, real life we find. Polishing the leather dancing shoes until they absolutely shine. Stepping completely over the boring, restrictive, invisible line. Entering the crowded dance hall with a remarkably fierce intent. Ensuring that every single ounce of my kinetic energy is spent. Skirts are flying dangerously high with every sudden rapid twirl. Becoming the most unstoppable, fiercely energetic, confident girl.
Adjusting the brim of my incredibly stylish vintage fedora hat. Moving across the floorboard quicker than a frightened alley cat.
Wearing a remarkably sharp, highly tailored black and white suit. Kicking a phenomenal rhythm with my heavy steel-toed boot.
Sweat is pouring heavily down my deeply exhausted
smiling face.
Keeping the ridiculously fast, phenomenally demanding
upbeat pace. Horns are blowing loud, jumping in the crowd. Tempo running hot, giving all we got. Golden skank, demanding every single person to get up and move. Caught entirely within this phenomenally aggressive, happy groove. Bouncing incredibly high up on the heavily scuffed wooden floor. Screaming at the exhausted band to play a little something more. Music is the absolute best medicine for a phenomenally heavy heart. Tearing the incredibly boring, mundane reality completely apart.
Spinning my exhausted partner with a highly coordinated
dizzy spin.
Refusing to let the incredibly miserable whirly
problems win.
The snare drum is cracking violently like a heavily whipped blast.
Watching the phenomenally loud,
brilliantly
shiny cymbals crash.
Adrenaline is flooding rapidly to my entirely
frantic vein.
Ignoring the incredibly sharp, wonderfully physical
muscle pain. Heels are clicking furiously, exactly upon the syncopated beat. Generating a phenomenally intense, remarkably localized heat. Catching my ragged breath during a remarkably brief saxophone solo. Dipping incredibly fast, dangerously and spectacularly deeply low. The entire room is vibrating from the incredibly massive sound. Lifting my tired feet completely off the heavily stomped ground. Horns are blowing loud, jumping in the crowd. Tempo running hot, giving all we got. Golden skank, demanding every single person to get up and move. Caught entirely
it all, we will absolutely continue to dance until we physically trip and fall. Let the incredibly rapid upstroke eliminate the societal depression. Engaging in this phenomenally wild, beautifully physical expression. Pick it up, do not stop, never drop. Golden skank demanding every single person to get up and move. Caught entirely within this phenomenally aggressive, happy groove. Bouncing incredibly high up on the heavily scuffed wooden floor, screaming at the exhausted band to play a little something more. Music is the absolute best medicine for a phenomenally heavy heart, tearing the incredibly boring mundane reality completely apart. Keep on jumping, stank all night, everything is feeling right. Tiny seeds blowing across the heavily polluted intersection, finding the miraculous, unlikely space for pure perfection. Sprouting bravely through the cracks of the industrial pavement, defying the heavy machinery and the urban enslavement. Reaching upward toward the sliver of available sunlight, fighting a remarkably quiet, incredibly persistent fight.
Smog is choking the heavily congested metropolitan air, but this botanical miracle is growing entirely without despair. Pedestrians are stepping blindly over the vibrant yellow petal, a fragile organism surviving amidst the cold, rusted metal. Drinking the oily contaminated runoff from the gutter, making the cynical hardened city dwellers quietly mutter. Roots pushed down under the town, stem stand straight, conquering fate. Concrete flower blooming miraculously in the rigid zone, proving that true beauty can absolutely grow from stone. Standing out brilliantly against the monotonous gray skyline, offering a profoundly inspiring, wonderfully biological sign. Resilience is woven directly into your microscopic cellular core, opening an impossible, previously locked natural door. Bulldozers threatening to flatten the developing delicate belief, but your mere existence provides a monumental visual relief. Vibrating gently whenever the subterranean subway trains pass, a tiny oasis of life consisting of a single blade of grass. Ignoring the toxic fumes emitting from the exhaust pipe, waiting patiently until the exact moment is completely right.
Monochrome landscapes desperately need your fluorescent hue, showing the neighborhood something incredibly fresh and new. Surviving the harsh freezing fogs to the bitter midwinter, acting as a tiny yet incredibly powerful biological splinter. Nature will continuously find a clever, unconventional way, paving over the earth will only work for a temporary day. Your roots push down under the town, stem stand straight, conquering fate. Concrete flower blooming miraculously in the rigid zone, proving that true beauty can absolutely grow from stone. Standing out brilliantly against the monotonous gray skyline, offering a profoundly inspiring, wonderfully biological sign. Resilience is woven directly into your
grace, occupying this extremely hostile, incredibly unlikely space. Push through, reach high, ignore the gray, touch the sky. Concrete flowers blooming miraculously in the rigid zone, proving that true beauty can absolutely grow from stone. Standing out brilliantly against the monotonous gray skyline, offering a profoundly inspiring, wonderfully biological sign. Resilience is woven directly into your microscopic cellular core, opening an impossible, previously locked natural door. Battles unfold in the street. Life always wins, never retreat. Rolling down the tinted windows on the coastal highway drive, feeling incredibly grateful simply to be breathing and alive. The July sunshine is melting on my heavy accumulated guilt, dismantling the tall defensive walls that I previously built, forgiving the past lovers who completely broke my fragile trust, leaving all the bitter resentment permanently in the roadside dust.
August heat is sweating out the incredibly toxic negative thought, realizing the phenomenally valuable lessons that my failures taught. Watching the seagulls dive spectacularly into the sparkling bay, knowing that my monumental mistakes are finally washed away. Ice cubes are melting rapidly inside my tall, refreshing glass, watching the incredibly beautiful, optimistic scenery roll past. Solstice brings the heat, making life complete. Winter is erased, bitterness replaced. Summer redemption, clearing the slate under the blazing blue sky, refusing to spend another moment wondering exactly how or why. Basking in the incredibly warm, phenomenally healing solar ray, letting the gentle coastal breeze completely blow the pain away. This specific season offers a spectacular, unmerited second chance, inviting my deeply scarred soul to a wonderfully joyful new dance. Parking the convertible directly upon the soft white sand,
Walking confidently forward without needing to hold a hand.
the thermometer is rising but my temper is completely cool,
Graduating successfully
from the incredibly harsh
societal school.
sunflowers are turning their yellow
Faces toward the massive light. Everything that was previously wrong is finally feeling entirely right. Applying the soothing aloe vera onto my previously burned skin, ready to let the next incredibly beautiful chapter finally begin. Taking a phenomenally deep, remarkably cleansing lungful of air, removing the incredibly heavy, unnecessary burdens I used to bear. Laughing loudly at the incredibly silly things I used to deeply fear. Recognizing that my emotional vision is now spectacularly clear. Solstice brings the heat, making life complete. Winter is erased, bitterness replaced. Summer redemption's clear.
spectacular, unmerited second chance. Inviting my deeply scarred soul to a wonderfully joyful new dance. Seasons consistently change, and so do our incredibly complex minds, leaving the freezing, isolating, and punishing darkness far behind. Let the glorious equinox reset your entirely damaged, weary heart, granting you a spectacularly beautiful, remarkably fresh new start. Soak it in. Feel the sun. Pain is over, life's begun. Summer redemption, clearing the slate under the blazing blue sky. Under the blazing blue sky, spend another moment wondering exactly how or why. Basking in the incredibly warm, phenomenally healing solar ray. Letting the gentle coastal breeze completely blow the pain away. This specific season offers a spectacular, unmerited second chance. Inviting my deeply scarred soul to a wonderfully joyful new dance. Sunset slow, healing done, smiling brightly, having fun. Snorkeling gently above the magnificent pink polyps, fascinated by the symbiotic, delicate marine relationships. Observing the anemone swaying perfectly in the shallow tide, where the tiny neon-colored clownfish playfully hide. Filtering the pure sunlight through the turquoise clear bay, preserving this ecological masterpiece in every possible way. Guarding the fragile calcium structures from the anchor's drop, ensuring the destructive, careless human interference will stop. Swimming effortlessly alongside the graceful ancient sea turtle, jumping over every single environmental hazardous hurdle. Appreciating the stunning biodiversity of the living reef, finding immense therapeutic and undeniable emotional relief. Fins are gliding slow, watch the flora glow, protecting what we see. Perfect harmony, coral jewels sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose. Embracing the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine, witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like the spectacular living sponge, taking a simultaneous, completely dedicated romantic plunge. Documenting the incredibly rare spotted stingray passing by, reflecting the beautiful azure tint of the tropical sky. Nurturing the aquatic garden with the passionate, tender care, realizing that this spectacular ecosystem is phenomenally rare. Cleaning the microscopic debris from the branching, fragile arms, protecting the territory from all potential looming harms. Floating weightlessly within this magnificent, salty embrace, occupying a wonderfully vibrant, entirely magical space. Kelp forest dancing rhythmically to the ocean's gentle hum, listening listening to the remarkably subtle, natural underwater drum, translating the silent poetry of the diverse aquatic life, eradicating any unnecessary mainland terrestrial strife. Fins are gliding slow, watch the flora glow, protecting what we see, perfect harmony. Hey, hey. Cold jewels sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose, embracing the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine, witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like the spectacular living sponge, taking a simultaneous, completely dedicated romantic plunge. Let us permanently shield this invaluable oceanic treasure. The beauty contained herein is entirely beyond human measure. If we nurture the environment, it will surely nurture us back, keeping this biological, magnificent wonderland perfectly on track. Dive deep, swim near, water clean, vision clear. Coral jewels sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose, embracing the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine, witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like the spectacular living sponge, taking a simultaneous, completely dedicated romantic plunge. Protect the reef, love the sea, coral shines for you and me. Inheriting the remarkably beautiful, phenomenally pristine beach, keeping the most valuable lessons comfortably within our reach. Our bloodlines contain an incredibly noble, deeply resilient trace, projecting a remarkably dignified, phenomenally unshakable grace. We do not require diamonds to validate our undeniable self-worth. We are the legitimate, highly respected inheritors of this earth.
The vast ocean serves flawlessly as a protective, magnificent moat, standing incredibly tall inside my remarkably humble woven coat. Wealth is entirely measured by the deeply unified, strong community, rejecting the incredibly toxic, highly divisive global disunity. Palm trees act perfectly as our spectacularly tall green flags, refusing to be defined by our historically torn, impoverished race. Pastors standing straight, masters of our fate, dignity is shown, sitting on the throne. Island royalty commanding respect without needing a violent sword. Speaking in a phenomenally beautified sovereigns of this remarkable
remarkably peaceful, incredibly beautiful blue ocean.
Passing down profound wisdom instead of meaningless paper currency. Addressing the community issues with a deeply compassionate urgency. Elders are treated remarkably like the highest supreme diplomats, sitting comfortably up on the intricately woven traditional floor mats. Our majestic lineage is phenomenally recorded in the coastal sand, protecting the absolute integrity of our highly sacred native land.
Holding my chin incredibly high, despite the heavy historical trial. Greeting the incredibly harsh world with a phenomenally warm smile. The mountains are remarkably sturdy, entirely natural fortress. I am a fiercely independent, highly educated, phenomenal sorceress. Respect is an incredibly vital currency that must be correctly earned. Applying the phenomenally difficult lessons that we deeply learned. Standing straight, masters of our fate, dignity is shown. Sitting on the throne, island royalty, commanding respect without needing a violent sword. Speaking in a phenomenally unified, beautified, sovereigns of this remarkably beautiful, magnificent archipelago, carrying our incredible pride. Serve the people with an absolute devotion, governing this remarkably peaceful, incredibly beautiful blue ocean. Remarkably royal blood, we have miraculously survived the incredibly massive historical flood. Let our absolute nobility shine brightly through our everyday action, remaining completely immune to the incredibly petty global distraction. Crown your mind, rule your heart, respect without needing a violent sword. Speaking in a phenomenally unified, beautified, sovereigns of this remarkably beautiful, magnificent archipelago, carrying our incredible pride everywhere we physically choose to go. True kings and queens serve their people with an absolute devotion, governing this remarkably peaceful, incredibly beautiful blue ocean. Reign, reign forever, island span, royalty of the sand. Inheriting the remarkably beautiful, phenomenally pristine beach, keeping the most valuable lessons comfortably within our reach. Our bloodlines contain an incredibly noble, deeply resilient trace, projecting a remarkably dignified, phenomenally unshakable grace. We do not require diamonds to validate our undeniable self-worth. We are the legitimate, highly respected inheritors of this earth.
The vast ocean serves flawlessly as our protective,
magnificent moat, standing incredibly tall inside my remarkably humble woven coat. Wealth is entirely measured by the deeply unified, strong community, rejecting the incredibly toxic, highly divisive, global disunity.
meters are dropping rapidly inside the capital square. A highly palpable kinetic tension filling up the air. Dark cumulonimbus clouds gathering over the parliament roof, providing the undeniably terrifying meteorological proof. Winds of radical change are blowing furiously through the gate, delivering a highly necessary, uncompromising heavy fate.
Lightning strikes directly upon the heavily guarded institution, sparking a wildly uncontrollable, magnificent revolution. Hurricanes of absolute justice
Tearing off the expensive doors,
washing away the systemic corruption from the marble floors.
boarding up the windows will not prevent this massive gale. Watching the incredibly arrogant, tyrannical leaders fail. Thunder rolls loud, look at the crowd. Vortex spins fast, regime cannot last. Rebel storm unleashing a terrifying cleansing wrath, destroying everything currently standing in its path. A whirlwind of righteous anger sweeping across the land, taking a highly uncompromising, incredibly militant stand. Let the torrential downpour totally submerge the lies, watching the magnificent, unstoppable cyclone rise.
Tornadoes ripping the fraudulent treaties right into shreds, removing the golden crowns from their undeserving heads. Sirens are completely drowned out by the deafening thunderclap, eradicating the borders drawn upon their colonial map. And the monitors are breaking from the sheer incredible force. Nature is rapidly correcting this deeply flawed course.
Evacuation orders are thoroughly and completely ignored. The marginalized citizens are picking up the discarded sword. Umbrellas offer absolutely zero protection from this hail, exposing the highly corrupted, incredibly fragile scale. A tempest of marginalized voices roaring in perfect unison, invading the highly protected, heavily fortified garrison. Thunder rolls loud, look at the crowd. Vortex spins fast, regime cannot last. Rebel storm unleashing a terrifying cleansing wrath, destroying everything currently standing in its path. A whirlwind of righteous anger sweeping across the land, taking a highly uncompromising, incredibly militant stand. Let the torrential downpour totally submerge the lies, watching the magnificent, unstoppable cyclone rise. Legislate the incredibly violent weather. We are destroying the establishment entirely together. The atmospheric pressure has officially reached its absolute peak, empowering the formerly silent, marginalized and weak.
Sky turns black, wind blows cold, new world born from the old.
Let the torrential downpour totally submerge the lies, watching the magnificent, unstoppable cyclone rise. Storm rages on, wash it clean, fiercest wind ever seen.